Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 28 of Kenshi. So, unfortunately, well, I have mixed news. The good news is you're all going to get a doubleheader episode today. The bad news is it's going to mostly be to correct some mistakes I made. So, like I said, mixed news. So, Yezerul commented that I ought to check the nav mesh tools here. So I did Shift F12 and look at the road network, because it is problematic to pathing to build on a road network. And alas, my little town lies directly on a road. So everything south of that road, or west of that road rather, has to go, which sucks. So I'm going to try to micromanage as best I can to try to make this as pleasant as possible. So I'm going to continue Rhadamant on this trip to the Hive Village. We had set that up last episode. When you load in save games, you actually ditch what you were last doing. So I had to remind Rhadamant that he was heading there. And I'm going to have Green basically try to clean up this area as fast as he can. Rather than have all the other characters be trying to clean up this farm piecemeal, one little piece at a time, Green has a wooden backpack. He's going to be doing it in big chunks. And then once he has a bag full of wheat, I can drop it to Pingu, and then Pingu can transport it to where I need the new farm. So instead of adding materials here, let's destroy this. And this will help speed up the moving process. And I'll be doing this with pretty much everything I have to move. This will definitely speed things up. So the first thing I want to do is to build a farm where it needs to permanently be. We did just build the prisoner cage. So Kang here, let's switch over to Kang. He's going to load the prisoner in. This prisoner that I have has a 20k bounty on his head. So that's another errand that Rhadamant's going to run, which is to turn him in to someone that will pay for him. Alright, so that's much faster than doing it manually. Alright. Now I have to decide where the farms are going to go. So I sort of picked out this spot here. So I'm going to put some wheat farms down. One, two, three for now. Then I'll attach some lights, and I'm going to do light posts. They illuminate a little bit better. I'll put some light posts in between. I can add more lighting later on, but we'll call that good. Additionally, I'm going to need to move my station house, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But I was going to put it over here, and I'll explain why, so that you all can learn from my mistakes. So if I put the station house here, if we check the nav mesh, it will be somewhat near the road here, which allows people on the roof of the station house to possibly harass the people on the road. So that's not bad. Now, in order to construct this new farm, I'm going to have Pingu move all of the wheat that we need for these farms. Oh, look. He's Meals on Wheels. I'm moving Pingu over to the farm, and I can just dump out this wheat straw and have the constructors grab it. I also might check my people for engineering skills, so let's do that real quick. Anyone particularly? Hobbs is particularly high in engineering, I guess, as is Wike. So Wike, I'm going to set to passive and build only. And Hobbs, I'm going to set to passive and build only. Okay. Maybe one more. Well, unfortunately, green is another one. But he's going to be moving stuff around. Hamet. You're going to be passive and engineering. So I have 3 engineers that will be engineering full time. They will do nothing but that. So let's dismantle this old wheat farm, which gives green a lot of stuff to pick up. And then green can also become an engineer once we're done hauling stuff. I just need to haul stuff first. Because if I had my engineers haul this manually, they'd be running zigzagging across the base over and over and over. It'd be really dreadfully inefficient to sort of clean this all up. And I don't want this base redesign project to take a year and a day. I know it is exciting to see that I have a base going, but it is not exciting to see me deconstruct it and reconstruct it, even though in the long run it is needed. Alright. Pengu. Now, with Pengu, let's go over here and dump out more of the wheat. Man, these hivers just can't get enough of punishment. And next up will be dismantling some of the objects like the sitting boxes, much to my chagrin. So green here will pick these up. Because I want a new station house before I blow up the old one. And there's several reasons for that. One of the main reasons for that is if I blow up the old one, I won't have beds. So it'd be good if I have the new one first. So green has 11 building materials that he can deliver. Rhadamant seems to be here already. I saw that his movement task was aimless. And we can always buy some building materials here to speed up the process. Okay, there we are. Thank you for announcing yourself. Buying the building materials and definitely buying iron plates. That just about runs us out of money, but that's fine because we have a bounty to deliver as well. Alright, where is Pengu? Pengu should be up here. We're also running out of food. That's one of the reasons why the first things to move will be the food. Hang on, Pengu, don't leave yet. I could set him on passive, but I kind of enjoy him headbutt murdering everyone. There's a beauty in that, I think. And hauling the last of the wheat straw. So now that this barrel is empty, we'll deconstruct it. Bread basket, deconstruct. Raw meat, deconstruct. The cactus and green fruit we'll keep because it's not ready to be deconstructed yet. It has stuff in storage. Now, that's something to note. If you deconstruct too early, you can end up losing whatever is inside of it. So something like this, grain silo, here's an example. So as you can see, we have no wheat straw around. If I deconstruct this grain silo, the wheat that was inside of it just disappears. It ceases to exist. you definitely, I did that as an experiment because one wheat straw is not going to break the bank, but you definitely don't want to accidentally deconstruct a box full of something important. That would be, that will make you very sad. All right, Pingu is here. Let's have him dump out this wheat straw and get these farms coming correct. All right, there's plenty of wheat straw around. I'm trying to select these farms. It is more hard time believing that the farm is actually here because I can't. Ah, there it is. There, now I can click it. It wasn't allowing me to click it for a bit. Rhadamant's on his way back. Moving his super fast normal self. I can have Green be an engineer, but I want to tell him where to use the materials, ideally. We're also going to want a better well, water storage, and wheat straw storage, and the silo over here. Oh, Rhadamant's getting chased down by regular fogmen. If they were heavies and princes, I'd think about diverting troops to kill them. I'm always on the lookout for that, but for regulars, no thanks. Speed up time a little bit. Another thing I'm going to need is additional power. I'd like to build my additional power on the roof of the station house. Rhadamant's here. He is helping to build. And I think he dumped... Yeah, he dumped building materials out. Green, where are you? I want to try to control where I'm dumping building materials. So Green and Rhadamant. Oh, we already added... Wait, how do we lose... Where'd all my building materials go? They haven't gone into this building here. Oh no, this is a 16, sorry. Okay, they have. Alright, so if he's delivered all of his building materials, let's go ahead and pick up this prisoner. Swap bags with Stubbs. Stubbs has a bag full of stuff to trade, so Stubbs is going to get the other one. Stubbs will also give him the blades. How encumbered are you? A little bit. Not enough to slow you down critically. We will head to this hive village to sell off the blades. And then I'll deliver the prisoner. Alright, so we have one wheat farm built. 2 wheat farms built. Or no, not 2 yet. Now, we also wanted to get the water wells. There's a nice 100% spot right here, so that works perfect. Water tanks. I'll put it right on that little ridge. I'm also going to want a water tank over near where I'm going to be cooking, too. But I want one near the farm as well. Water tanks will probably eventually fill up. Then storage. I want wheat straw storage over here. Let's put it next to the tank. And then food. I will like a grain silo. As long as I can get a flat interaction spot. I don't want to crowd it too much, so let's undo that. A grain silo here, and then the wheat straw storage adjacent to it. That will allow us to make some bread. A lot of wheat straw has to go into flour, so it's ideal to have your wheat straw and grain silo near where you're growing it, I think. If I'm wrong, you can always let me know, but I think that's the case. I'm going to have Green head over to the well because we want to start growing too. That's of also pretty high priority. And he has building materials for it. He filled it up. Good, good. So, all of our farms... No, not all the farms. This one is still not built. Actually, a few of them aren't built yet. See, are there... Okay, there are some iron plates for me to work with. Water storage is done. The silo is done. I am loading a chunk somewhere else in the world, probably because of Rhadamant's running, and it's locking up the game for a second. Hopefully it does a smooth recovery. Let's see, applications. No, it doesn't look like it's going to recover. All right, well, I will restart it then. Excuse me in just a moment. So this also segues pretty awkwardly into another question I had. If you know of a way to make the game run more smoothly, tweaks or settings or anything of that nature, drop me a line. Because this game does crash. I don't know if there's solutions to these crashes. I've researched some of them. There isn't a lot of definitive... there's not a lot of definitive data about what makes it crash, why it crashes, how to avoid the crashing. So if you know something I don't, I'd love to know it, I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to tweak it so that I can avoid this. I did change my autosave to be more often so I don't lose anything valuable when it does crash, but yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance at times. So if you know of a way to avoid that nuisance, that'd be perfect. So yeah, I lost mere seconds. Really no time at all, fortunately. Rhadamant will be aimless because I just loaded back in, heading still to the Hive Village. This is an automatic well, so it generates water automatically, obviously. And as such, we don't need anyone manning it, which is awesome. And our farms are somewhat illuminated. Miu here is going to be given the task of working that field first, and then working the rest of them. And in fact, let's destroy this one. We don't need this one anymore. And the wheat straw that's there could be useful in constructing the other spots we have. In fact, let's not monopolize these iron plates. Put them away. But help to move this wheat straw. You can pick that up. You just need to rearrange your inventory a little bit. Come on. Oh, there is definitely a Fogman raid upon us. I think they were mostly just wandering. But there's a lot of them. I'm going to have Wing Wang not fight like 20 of them by himself. Because of the numbers, we're going to take our... normally our constructors off of passive. Have them all fight. Miu, you're also to look after this wheat farm. And we have one left to build. Oh, you little Fogman. How you die so quick. Alright, putting our constructors back on passive. And we are slowly getting rid of all the things that are in the old station house in lieu of using the new station house. Rhadamant has arrived at the Hive Village. Lucky for me, they're open all the time. Let's waltz in and do some trading. Gonna get rid of all the crap meds, get one standard kit, and maybe buy some of the building materials and fabrics, and then we'll head for Squin. Encumbrance is none. I'm not sure why run speed is not faster. Oh, because we're actually slightly encumbered, but the sandals make up for it. Okay, I see. Nope, even more Fogmen. Infinite, maybe mine this one. So you're not so close to enemy territory where they're patrolling through. Alright, so these new farms are getting the resources they need. Green here has some random stuff to pick up and put away. So we'll sort that out. Rhadamant just entered a new zone. I could tell because my game's like, eep! And it locks up a second. One of the disadvantages of being a really fast runner, I suppose. Chung here probably has a lot of electrical components cranked out up top. Oh, don't tell me I locked up again. No. I think no, we're good. The constant autosaving is a bit of a double-edged sword because it can cause the game to crash, but also prevents loss when it does crash. So it's kind of funny to me that it's the cause and the solution to many of my problems. Let's see. Rain, pick up that hive arm. Voth, pick up this one. I know sometimes they eat corpses. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the conditions are for them to do it. Maybe they have dietary restrictions. I don't know. Lactose intolerance or the hive equivalent. I'm going to leave all these beds intact. Green fruit and cactus I can crank out more farms for up here. But I think what I'm going to do is let these current farms grow a little bit more so I can see their boundaries. Looks like... Did Rhadamant get to where he was going? Yeah, he is right outside of Squin. They're trying to bag check me, and I'm just blitzing past them. Here you go. You can check me all you want. In fact, I'm here to trade with you, because I have a bounty. So here is the police station. Police stations tend to be the 3-story, and you can tell that they're police stations because they'll have prisons in them. And I hand him over for a clean 20k. Look at that. Wonderful bounties. Now with my money, I'm going to buy some food for everyone, because we're not quite at the point where we are producing food ourselves. Almost there. Fix mesh data. Alright. That's a lot of food. This is my old house, isn't it? It's for sale again? I'm kind of confused. Well, I mean, not that I care, because I didn't want it anymore, but I didn't know it would fall to ruins. If you know anything about why that happened, I'd be really curious. As I said, not that I truly care, but I'm definitely curious as to why that would happen. Mr. Bard, are you cranking through these corpses? You say you're finding corpses, but that I am not sure. Maybe these are all unconscious. I have a hard time believing that, but benefit of the doubt and all. Nope, they're not unconscious. Eventually what we'll have is we'll have a gate that we can sort of guard. And that way all the bodies die roughly in the same place. And that will make cleaning up after those bodies a lot easier. So Rhadamant is stopping in here for a little bit more food. Whoa, there's a lot of people in here. I am not looking for a bodyguard. I am looking for the store owner. Okay, that is a lot of building materials. That should keep us running. Man, this way station is full. And buying their meat. Alright, and let's head home to resupply our outpost with vital resources. So once this station house is built, we can move over the beds. We can put, well, you can move a lot of stuff. I'm going to destroy this stone mine, because we can use some of the building materials that are in it. Because we have a box full of building material, of stone. Or not full, but we got enough stone in there to keep us running. I'm just constantly checking. Oh, Ruka, you're taking on a bunch on your own. Hey, you guys. Let's undo that whole passive thing, right? We'll keep green passive. All right, Mr. Green. Nope, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I know how much you want to build. This old well here can definitely be dismantled for additional resources because we have a new well. And it looks like this bad boy is just about ready to get constructed. Which means all of the building materials from the old station house can go towards walls, which will be very, very cool. Now, other things I wanted to do is to... You are aimless. No, you're operating machines. Okay, station house is built. So I wanted to lay out the beds so that there won't be any people tripping on one another. So I'm going to lay them out kind of nicely like this. Plenty of space between them. So there won't be really issue of pathing or collisions. I'm sure it's not the most bang for your buck you can get with the layouts. That's not what I'm going for. All right, so those are getting constructed. While those are being constructed, these will be deconstructed. Yep. So as you can see, we're not getting full returns on our investments here, so it's ideal that we don't keep moving things about like this. That is why Rhadamant bought some fabrics, not a lot, but some, in order to replace. And then in the middle here, let me set up some skeleton repair beds. So let me line them up like this. I think that looks nice. All these stupid fogmen coming to their deaths. You mess with me, you get beaten to death. Rhadamant must be here because, yep, because there was lots and lots of food. So I was immediately like, oh, resources. I do believe that Kang has some stuff to trade, so let's go take it off of Kang. Actually, for that matter, we have a ton of copper ore. So Rhadamant is going to do some strength training with this copper ore. We'll go pick up a fogman, get super encumbered, and set to passive, turn off jobs, and haul this fogman. Another thing I should probably do is put some searchlights out there. Oh, and then as I mentioned before, I want to add some power. So I'm going to add small wind generators to the roof of my building here. They're a little bit more compact. They're a little bit more expensive, but I think they'll look nice. That's probably enough. Are you princes? Are you heavies? Yeah, you're fog heavy. Don't ask me how I spotted that. I really couldn't tell you. where's the prince? Is he in front? I'm going to piss them off and drag them back to... Well, I see 3 heavies. I don't see the rest of them. I don't really see the prince with them. Alright, well, I have other projects going on, so if the prince doesn't want to come out and play, he doesn't have to. And this is going to be it for this episode. As I said, you guys are going to be getting a doubleheader because of the amount of redesign. I feel bad about that, so check for what is being aired. If you have any feedback for me, drop me a line. There is some tips that I've yet to read, and that's because I'm mostly focusing on this redesign, and I don't want to go over tips that I'm going to ignore. But I'm always looking for feedback. I would love for Kenshi veterans to hop on Discord so I can hit you up full of questions, and I'll mention you when you help me, like I do Ron and Yezerul and others. And I hope that you tune in next time, or really actually very soon, because like I said, doubleheader. I'll catch you all later. Adios.